If we was to fight right now on the streets, I'll break your neck. And that's on my kids. And you know it, I know it, and the whole world know it. And I'm not talking about no fighting in the ring. If me and you was to fight outside, I will break your neck.
Yeah, I'll stay at 147 for him. That's a big money.
That's a big fight, yeah.
It's a big money fight.
147? If I tap that chin, you know he going to sleep.
I already know. I already know
he ain't got no chance.
He come up to 147, and he's thinking he's just going to knock Terence Crawford out.
Terence Crawford and Gervanta Davis recently had a heated exchange on social media. It all started when Crawford posted, "Let's see who has the longest lasting money." This drama unfolded after the Ring Magazine Awards ceremony, which brought top boxers together in London. Notably absent was Davis, despite his impressive record of 30 wins, 28 by knockout. He previously announced plans to retire by 2025, but remains an elite boxer. Crawford mocked Davis for missing the awards, saying, "I see someone upset because they weren't invited." Some believe Davis wasn't invited due to tensions with Riyadh Season and Sheikh Turki Al Sheikh, the owner of Ring Magazine. Davis responded with posts on his social media, now deleted, but Crawford took the chance to ridicule him further. The banter escalated, with Crawford posting laughing emojis alongside Davis's deleted messages. Davis had questioned, "Why didn't they invite everyone?" and added, "They just invite people they deal with. Get out of here." In another post, he called Eddie Hearn a little rat, criticizing him for not supporting boxing talent from his community. Davis also took shots at Sheikh Turki, claiming, "They act like this guy is good for boxing, but he doesn't even train fighters from where he's from. He doesn't know anything about boxing." It seems Davis was frustrated about being left out of the Ring Gala. He also criticized fighters who leave the US for international matches with small audiences, saying, "All they get is barely a crowd." Fans found it ironic since Davis plans to retire by 2025, making the invitation less relevant. Crawford, speaking to the media, acknowledged Davis's skill, but said there are levels in boxing. He warned Davis not to assume he could simply move to the 147-pound division and beat him. While a fight between these two American stars seems unlikely, Crawford is focused on his next opponent, Canelo Alvarez, while Davis prepares to face Lamont Roach Jr. at the Barclays Center in March. Their social media feud intensified when Davis bragged, "I still make more money than you." Crawford shot back, saying his legacy was about more than just money. It was about reaching the top in boxing. Their rivalry isn't new, as Davis previously supported his friend Errol Spence Jr. during Spence's rivalry with Crawford in 2023. The online spat took a nasty turn when Davis posted a personal attack about Crawford's family, mocking him with, "He's got like 8 kids and a wife who's 380 pounds, but he's got to work overtime." Davis quickly deleted the tweet, but it drew heavy criticism for crossing the line. People called him out for throwing insults and then deleting them, saying, "A 30-year-old man acting like this is pathetic." As Davis focuses on his fight with Lamont Roach, Crawford edges closer to his long-awaited clash with Canelo Alvarez. Fans eagerly wait to see if negotiations with Turki Al Sheikh progress.
When you say, "I want Canelo," is there anybody in the camp that would say, "You're not ready for this"?
That's a big boy. He's strong. It's a conversation. It's not just, "Oh man, you will whoop his ass."
Like, yes, man type stuff.
I'm not.
You got two guys, top 3, pound for pound, going head to head with each other. And I understand, Canelo is bigger than me and whatnot, but I'm up for the challenge.
Turki Al Sheikh has urged Terence Crawford to be ready for a fight against Canelo Alvarez. Canelo himself has acknowledged Crawford's skills and said he's open to the idea of a matchup. When asked about facing Crawford, Alvarez replied, "Anything is possible," hinting at his willingness to consider it.
We'll see. Everything is possible. We'll see. We want to talk about it, sit down really well and figure out something.
I know you thought he was kind of a lose-lose situation for you. Do you think he's too small to compete with you?
No, he's a good fighter. He's a very good fighter. He's a smart fighter, and I take everything seriously. But we'll see what happens.
Turki Al Sheikh, the Saudi Arabian boxing chief, has big plans for a monumental fight between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford. With his bold vision to make boxing a global phenomenon, Alal Sheikh is working to bring this clash of titans to life. His recent talks with both fighters have sparked huge excitement among fans and experts. Known for transforming the Middle East into a boxing hub, Alal Sheikh has brought some of the biggest fights to the region, thrilling audiences with electrifying matchups. He recently sent a message to Crawford. "Your next fight, be ready, champ." A potential showdown between Canelo and Crawford has fans buzzing. Canelo, a Mexican powerhouse, boasts an impressive record, combining power and strategy. Crawford, from Omaha, Nebraska, is celebrated for his skill and versatility, with titles across multiple weight classes. Canelo, known for his flexible approach, emphasized that, as a free agent, he enjoys collaborating with everyone. When asked about a fight with Crawford, he called it a possibility but stopped short of confirming anything, saying, "We'll see what happens."
How important for you is it that you've spoke to Turkey Alal Sheikh, and what did you speak about?
Look, I like to work with everybody. You know, I'm a free agent and I like to work with everybody. And you know, I like to have the doors open.
Are we going to see Canelo Crawford next?
We'll see. It's a possibility there always. No, we'll see what happens.
Have you spoke with Turkey about that show?
Yeah,
about Canelo?
we know each other. We don't talk that much for make a deal and anything, but you know. We now know each other, and we'll see what happens.
Well, I've been wanting to fight, you know. I feel as if that's a legacy fight. I feel as if, you know, this is the biggest fight in boxing today. I feel like this fight right here is like the last of the Mohicans. You know, we both coming in an era where Floyd Mayweather was #1 pound for pound, Showtime, and HBO era, that type of era. So I think this fight will be massive.
Terence Crawford has boldly declared he's ready to take on Canelo Alvarez. "Of course, I'd beat him," he said confidently. This bold statement has only added to the excitement and anticipation surrounding the potential matchup. Boxing fans are buzzing with excitement.
You got two guys, top 3, pound for pound, going head to head with each other. And I understand, you know, Canelo's bigger than me and whatnot, but I'm up for the challenge.
Crawford believes his skills and ability to handle fighters at higher weight classes will give him the edge over Canelo. His confidence stems from his history of dominating across multiple weight divisions, proving that size and power are challenges he's ready to overcome.
I don't know. I just think, you know, his punching power and his physical size is the only thing that I really have to worry about. But who knows? Once we get in the ring, we don't know how I'll handle his punching power, his size. I've been fighting bigger guys my whole life, so I'm pretty familiar with that aspect of the game.
Meanwhile, Eddie Hearn, Matchroom CEO and promoter, expressed doubts about whether Canelo truly wants to fight Crawford. He suggested Canelo might think beating Crawford, who's moving up from light middleweight, wouldn't earn him much recognition.
I don't think it's a fight Canelo really wants, if I'm honest, because I think he feels like he won't get a lot of credit beating a light middleweight. And Crawford's going to move a lot in that fight, which is not ideal for Canelo. But what's his options? I mean, like, you know, if Bivol wins, he could fight him for undisputed. That's a very tough fight. What's the other options? You know, Benavidez is up at 175. Obviously, His Excellency wants to make that fight, so guess we could see it next.
Turki Alal Sheikh's recent social media posts have added to the excitement as he shared photos with both fighters alongside cryptic messages hinting that negotiations are going well. In one post, he used the phrase "white smoke," often associated with major announcements. Adding to the buzz, boxing legend Mike Tyson expressed confidence in Terence Crawford, praising his skills, smart power, and relentless pressure, saying he has what it takes to beat Canelo Alvarez. Fans are eagerly awaiting this potential historic showdown.
Is he great enough to move up 2 more divisions to fight Canelo at 168? We're going to see.
Terence Crawford has the opportunity to become a 4-division world champion tonight. Why are you a fan of Terence Crawford, Mike?
He's just proved himself over the years. He's just a great all-around fighter. He's going to be very successful.
Mike, enjoy tonight. I think a few more people are going to recognize you.
The possibility of a Crawford versus Canelo fight has sparked mixed reactions in the boxing community. Some critics claim Alvarez has sometimes chosen less challenging opponents, arguing this fight would prove he's still willing to face the best. Crawford, however, sees this as a chance to cement his legacy by defeating such a formidable opponent. While details of the fight are still under wraps, excitement is building, especially with Alal Sheikh involved. If it happens, it will likely take place in one of Saudi Arabia's luxurious venues. Teddy Atlas made a bold prediction about this potential clash, picking Crawford to win. On his show, he said, "I think you know where I'm leaning. Crawford is that special guy who hasn't learned how to lose yet. Canelo is special too, but Crawford has the edge." Canelo, a 4-division world champion, has taken on bigger fighters and overpowered them with his strength. With an impressive record of 62-2-2, he's a Mexican icon. Meanwhile, Crawford, who won his first world title in 2014, remains a champion, more than a decade later in a different weight class. Virgil Ortiz predicts Crawford will secure a few more big money fights before retiring.
The others say, like, no, that's 2 more weight classes. Like, once he gets touched by Canelo, it's going to be different.
I am concerned about him absorbing a Canelo punch, especially through the course of 12 rounds. We do know this about Canelo. He's going to slow down, so I think if anything, Canelo would try to start fast and bang on him and break him down before he gets later, and he still got that kind of steam. But, there's so many components that make a champion. There's so many components that make a legend.
Sean Porter pointed out the challenges Crawford might face against Canelo, especially the jump in weight classes. He noted that once Crawford feels Canelo's power, it could shift the fight's dynamics.
Just so much to go into. It's a conversation that lasts an hour easily when we talk about all of the components that Terence Crawford has, all of the components that Canelo have, and how we find how they even out and who trumps one another, you know what I mean? We tried to do that with Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, and we see how that panned out, you know what I mean? So,
having won titles from lightweight to super welterweight, Crawford cemented his legacy with a 9th-round knockout of Errol Spence in 2023. He's now linked to a potential super fight with Canelo Alvarez. Both fighters were recently photographed with Turkey Alal Sheikh, who's working hard to make the mega fight happen later this year. Ortiz commented, "I've heard Crawford wants the Canelo fight or he'll retire. He's been undisputed champion twice already, and boxing's a tough sport. I respect that he's looking to make his money and leave." Ortiz, gearing up for his February 22nd fight in Riyadh, added, "Crawford has the glory. Now he just wants the money, and I get it." Meanwhile, Canelo revealed he will start training in a month to prepare for his fight against Crawford.
Likelihood of a fight with you and Terence Crawford, it would be one of the biggest in boxing.
We don't talking about yet about the fight. Me and Turkanash know each other, and then we wanna see what happens.
And when do you want to get out next? I know you're here in London tonight. When are you going to be in a camp? When are you going to be in a camp? I know you're
in camp. Training camp in March.
Okay, so
at the beginning of the middle of the February or March, yeah.
Professional boxer Teofimo Lopez knows firsthand the incredible talent of Canelo Alvarez, especially now that he's joined Canelo's training camp. Lopez, who once aimed for his own fight against Terence Crawford, now finds himself watching as his gym mate could face Crawford first. Canelo, who's competed as high as light heavyweight and was a champion there, poses a huge challenge for Crawford. Lopez shared his thoughts, backing Canelo in a potential clash. "It's a big money fight, and everyone wins watching these two," he said. "Crawford will give Canelo trouble at the start, but once Canelo adapts to his style, I see him finishing it in the later rounds." Despite this, Crawford remains confident his skills and track record of dominating across weight classes will give him the upper hand, proving that size and power aren't barriers he can't overcome.
I don't know. I just think, his punch of power and his physical size is the only thing that I really have to worry about. But who knows? Once we get in the ring, we don't know how I'll handle his punch of power, his size. I've been fighting bigger guys my whole life, so I'm pretty familiar with that aspect of the game.
Matchroom CEO Eddie Hearn voiced doubts about whether Canelo truly wants a fight with Crawford. He suggested Canelo might think beating Crawford, who's moving up from light middleweight, wouldn't add much to his legacy.
I don't think it's a fight Canelo really wants, if I'm honest, because I think he feels like he won't get a lot of credit beating a light middleweight. And Crawford's going to move a lot in that fight, which is not ideal for Canelo. But what's his options? I mean, like, you know, if Bivol wins, he could fight him for undisputed. That's a very tough fight. What's the other options? You know, Benavidez is up at 175. Obviously, His Excellency wants to make that fight, so guess we could see it next.
Turki Al-Sheikh's recent social media activity has stirred excitement. He shared photos with both fighters, hinting that negotiations are moving forward. In one post, he mentioned being close to seeing white smoke, a phrase tied to big announcements. Meanwhile, boxing legend Mike Tyson believes Crawford has the tools to defeat Canelo, praising his ring IQ, power, and relentless pressure. This potential matchup has created a buzz among fans, eagerly awaiting what could be a historic showdown.
Mike, is he great enough to move up two more divisions to fight Canelo at 168? We're going to see.
Terence Crawford has the opportunity to become a four-division world champion tonight. Why are you a fan of Terence Crawford, Mike?
He just proved himself over the years. He's just a great all-around fighter. He's going to be very successful.
Mike, enjoy tonight. I think a few more people are going to recognize you in there.
The potential fight between Canelo and Crawford has sparked mixed opinions in the boxing world. Critics argue Alvarez has sometimes taken easier opponents, and this fight could prove he's willing to face the best. Crawford, on the other hand, sees this as a chance to solidify his legacy by taking on such a formidable rival. The highly anticipated clash between these two legends could soon become official. One ring, two titans, and a fight that might redefine the sport. Who do you think will come out on top? Share your predictions in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for all the latest updates. Stay tuned for more. We'll see you in the next one.